Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. Okay, my name is Shafiq Aziq bin Jauhari and today I will discuss and I will share for you what is the seven deadly sins. Okay, first thing first, when we talk about seven deadly sins, maybe some people know this story in anime or a cartoon, perhaps like in a Shazam movie, a DC movie. Okay, today I am not talking about this movie. Okay, I'm not talking about this storyline or what kind of this story. But today I want to talk the main point, which is the real seven deadly sins in this movie or anything like anime, cartoon, or whatever. Okay, the first question I want to ask you, if you are a true DC fan, okay, you must know about these seven deadly sins, okay, which I will explain about it in the middle of the video. And why I want to explain it, because it is related to the truth of a seven deadly sins. We want to know what is the history of these seven deadly sins. Okay, first thing, the main point, which is I want to highlight what is the history of seven deadly sins, where it come from. Okay, we want to know where it come from. Okay, the seven deadly sins is also known as capital vices, or in other words like cardinal sins. Is like it's a grouping and classification of vices within Christian teachings. It also even they are not mentioned in the Bible, but it related to behaviors and habits are classified under this category if they directly give rise to other immoralities. Okay, according to the standard list, there are seven deadly sins which I want to highlight, which is the first one is pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Okay, which these seven kind of deadly sins are very contrary to the seven heavenly virtues. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and these sins are often thought to be abuses or excesses of natural faculties or passions. For example, like gluttony abuses, I'm sorry, I forget the word. Okay, sorry. Gluttony abuses the natural hunger for nourishment. Okay, this is what based on Christian. Okay, in Islam, there are several deadly sins that we can talk about, which is maybe suicide, sexual amount before marriage, this kind of deadly sins. But it's very different. But there are some points that are related to Islam. Okay, but today I want to talk about based on the what Christian believe. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's go to the seven deadly sins. For the first one is lust. What is lust? Okay, what is lust, guys? What is lust? Okay, lust is mean like nafsu, macam like a desire. Like lust is like intense longing. Yeah, it is usually thought of us as intense or what I don't know what the word. Okay, sorry, unbridled sexual desire. Okay, which may lead to fornication, like including illusionary rape, bestiality, and other sinful sexual acts, any kind of sexual acts. Okay, however, this kind of sins, lust could also mean other forms of unbridled desire, such as for money and power. Okay, based on what Henry Edward Manning says, the impurity of the lust transform one into a slave of the devil. Okay, this I want to highlight. Lust is very, very sinful. Okay, because it contains like nafsu. Even like nafsu, like every people have their own lust. The question is, how can we control about it? Okay, how we can manage the lust in ourselves. Every people in this world have their own lust, but we can control it. Okay, we can control it to become more lustful or become more lust. Okay, Okay, the second deadly sins I want to talk about today is gluttony. Okay, gluttony. I don't know what the pronounce correct or not. Gluttony or gluttony. Please correct me. Okay, the pronunciation. Or in the Malay, it's like kerakusan. Okay, it's almost same to the first one because first one is like nafsu, like desire, more desire. Okay, the second one is kerakusan, which this word gluttony is based on, is take from the word from Latin word which is gula. Okay, why, what is the meaning of this gluttony? It means like overindulgence and overconsumption of anything to the point of waste. The word derived from the Latin glutere. I don't know, it's okay, I don't know to pronounce the Latin word, I'm so sorry. Glutere, to gulp down or swallow. One reason for its condemnation is that gorging by the prosperous may leave the needy hungry. Okay, which is okay. Imagine that I give like one analogy. Okay, it's like, okay, if you drink a sweet, okay, if you want a sweet drink, okay, it like if you put more sugar, like excessive sugar, you like this. It's like what? You are not like, you are too like, you want it so much so badly, yeah, you know, like it's more like this rakus. Okay, this kind of gluttony. Okay, there are based on what Aquinas listed, there are 5 forms of gluttony, but the first one is Lauther. I don't know to pronounce the Latin word, I'm so sorry. It means eating too expensively. Okay. The second one is studious. Okay, eating so daintily. It means eating too slow. Okay. The third one is nimis is like eating too much, and the fourth one is pauper is eating too fast, and the last one is ardente is eating too eagerly. Makan terlalu bersemangat macam tu. Okay. Okay, the main point I want to highlight most people often eating too fast and too much. Okay, because this is the kind of what kind of gluttony that they want to mention. Okay, the third one is greed. Greed is mean like tamak. Okay, also it's also known as avarice or like cupidity or covetousness. It's like it almost like, it's almost same like lust and gluttony, but it's like a sin of desire. Okay, they're almost the same. However, greed, what seen by the church, they said that is applied to an artificial rapacious desire and a pursuit of material possession. Okay, what Thomas Aquinas wrote, greed is a sin against God. Okay, just as mortal sins, in as much as man condemns things eternal for the sake of what, temporal things. Okay, greed is very sinful, guys. Okay, I'm so sorry because I do not to be sorry because greed is very sinful. Okay, in our religion, in every religion. Okay, if you want something, do not feel greed. Okay, you want to greed for food, for money, for power, is very, very sinful. Okay, the fourth one, I think so, yeah, a sloth. What is sloth? I don't know, it's 5 or 4, I'm so sorry. I think is the fourth one. Okay, sloth is like lazy. It may be defined as absence of interest or what habitual like disinclination to exertion. In his Summa Theologica, based on what Saint Thomas Aquinas defines sloth as sorrow about spiritual good. The scope of sloth is wide spiritually. Azadia first referred to an affliction attending religious persons, especially among monks. Okay, basically like nowadays, like every people is good people pretend to be like they do like their own obligations just for fame, for name. Okay, macam dia buat kerja tu macam nak tak nak je, macam acuh tak acuh lah macam tu. Dia buat kerja secara terpaksa. It's almost like that. Okay, the fifth one is wrath. Wrath is the more like anger, rage. Okay, it's almost like a hatred. Okay, or maybe it's like to seek vengeance. Okay, because what wrath is very sinful is in every religion. Okay, violences, rage, anger. Okay, in Islam, there are several ways to prevent from wrath or to become more vengeance or become more anger, which is we can sit down. If you can istighfar, or you can sit down, or you can go away and you can take wudu. Okay, this kind of wrath can be prevented. Okay, and the sixth one is envy. Envy is like dengki mendengki. It's almost like greed and lust. This kind of thing is almost same, it's related. Okay, like, okay, for example, like I have my name, I'm rich person. Okay, I'm a rich person, and my best friend is poor, and I have name. Okay, I'm a popular, and he invite me, and he do something that cannot do in their religion. Okay, something like that. And the last one is pride. What is pride? Okay, pride is like consider or almost every list the original and most serious of the seven deadly sin. Okay, out of the seven sins, this one is the most angelical or demonic. Okay, it is also thought to be the source of other capital sins, also known as hubris. Okay, this kind of sins are very, very sinful and very dangerous. Okay, because of these seven deadly sins can cause us killing each other, hatred each other. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much, and assalamualaikum.